Welcome back to Truck Talk, everybody. For those of you who want to vlog, stay and watch this. You might like it, learn something, I don't know. But I do have an issue. I was going to go work on the truck. I parked like an absolute jackass and took up 2 spots. Not that needed. If you look out the window, there are about 24 spots open or more. I don't want to step out here because I'm in socks. And it just started raining. I parked like an absolute idiot so that I could work on the truck. And what do you know? Come in here, eat lunch, and it starts raining. So before I get too far along on this rant about it not ever stopping raining, it seems like, I'm going to tell you what is going on with the truck. So I've been meaning to make an update video for a while on the truck. It has gotten a winch, a new front light bar. What else? I think the last video I did was either on doing the lift or the camper shell and awning. I've been focusing a lot on the camper, which kind of leads into one of the mods that happened. Not necessarily a wanted to do mod, but a necessary one. Took the truck off-roading one night with some people off the New Hampshire Toyota Wheelers Facebook group. And the second gen Tacomas, well, the 7-blade plug for trailers, hangs down lower than the trailer hitch. I took out the adapter and I took out the hitch. I couldn't do anything about where the plug was located. And that plug got crushed, just absolutely destroyed. And I think I did show a little bit of video of that in the last vlog of going and cleaning the truck after that adventure. But I was just home for Thanksgiving. That's why there wasn't a video. I decided to take a little bit of time, go have some food, see my family. And we decided to drill out part of the bumper and put a new plug in there. So that's another mod that I did, which I'll show you happily once it stops raining so I don't destroy my camera. Not that it couldn't survive, it's more along the lines of, do I really want to risk it with that? And not really, because I have a decent amount of money into this. Even though they just came out with a new one, I don't want to have to go and get new adapters and all that type of stuff. So it's supposed to stop raining here in like an hour. And we're going to go take a look at all those mods, the winch, the light bar, the new location for my trailer connector, as well as take off a few parts. So one thing I noticed happening is, my bumper's trying to destroy itself. I do have a lift and slightly bigger tires, and I want to get bigger tires. But first I need to take care of the bumper situation. When I put the winch in, I removed a whole aluminum crash bar that typically is there as your crumple zone for hitting stuff, right? It's back home, so I can't show you the part, but it's just a piece of aluminum that bolts onto the front of the truck, essentially. It's on just about every single vehicle these days, so any bumper modification usually removes this, especially for the steel bumpers, which can majorly mess up your frame if you crash into something. Now, I am willing to take that risk. I'm driving a bigger truck, not bigger, but a truck that is bigger than most of the vehicles on the road, and I'd rather have the winch for getting myself out of stupid situations than not have one and be stuck and have to call a tow truck or something to some ungodly location where I end up, because I know I'd have to hike a while occasionally, because there's times when I don't have service for a few hours. So there's these little front mud flaps on the bumper and the driver's side one keeps getting caught in the tire and trying to pull the bumper up into the wheel well. So even though it's only a couple bolts, I'm going to take it off on both the front or driver's and passenger sides. And hopefully that solves that issue. And then maybe I can stuff bigger tires on once these tires are donezo, because there's no point in replacing these tires at this point. They still have like 20,000 miles on them, and I daily drive this enough that I don't feel like going and buying new tires when I have perfectly good ones that I really enjoy. So, plus, I want to get some wheels. Probably what I'll do is get some Method trail wheels, which have a little bit of an extra lip so you can air down even more than standard. They're not beadlock, because beadlock, as everybody knows, is fairly illegal to drive on in the US. Great job. And I also live in Massachusetts and have the truck registered in Massachusetts, which is even more problematic because they have some of the most strict vehicle modification laws, I'd say. Probably most strict behind like California. They are really, really bad about it. So anyway, I think it's gonna stop raining here in a few minutes, and I'm gonna grab a ratchet and go and try and take those off. So once this rain stops, I'll bring you outside and show you. It mostly stopped raining now, so we're gonna do a quick walk around, and then hopefully it'll stop or continue to not rain long enough for me to pull off the flaps. So starting in the front here, I have a Badlands 9,500 pound winch, which it's the ZXR. It came with this winch mount, which is actually for a 3rd gen Tacoma. I got the winch and mount for $400 off of Facebook Marketplace. I really like it so far. I haven't had to use it. I did have to make a cut about a foot down the winch line and retie it so that I could rebuild the winch line. There was fraying, but it wasn't that bad, and I was able to take a little bit of heat shrink wrap and put it on the end and melt it with a torch so that nothing would continue to fray. It's got a worn winch end on it, surprisingly enough, but a figure 8 knot is one of the strongest knots, so I'm confident that if anything was to happen, this winch line probably would snap before this knot actually came off. So I'm going to clip this back on and probably have to fix this. I'm going to switch over to a different flush mount one so that I can get the cable out of the way and don't have it sitting like this kind of loose so that it doesn't rub. You can actually see the previous owner had a little bit of rubbing issue, and it's got a little bit of a nick, which I still need to knock down at some point. I did have a light bar on here to begin with, which was a single row 30-inch bar from Tractor Supply. This, while I don't think it's that much better, it's probably a little bit worse, if anything, is a curved 30-inch light bar off of Amazon. It was $50. I couldn't really beat the price, and it's bright and fits around the winch. I had to get a new one because it needed to fit around the winch. Now coming to the back of the truck, right here is where I relocated the plug to. It used to be right down here and actually sit lower than the hitch. So that's why it got destroyed so easily. And the guy who lives across the road from me, he just bought a 2011 Tacoma, has the same issue where it got destroyed, and he very much needs to put a new one on because trailers are important to truck people. But that's new. It's just my aftermarket locking clip is looking a little worse for wear. So that's all that I have done, I think, besides getting some more scratches, dings, dents. Not really some dings or dents, but a lot more scratches and trail pinstriping, if you want to call it that, from going off-road. Yes, the light bar has been submerged and it still works. So $50 light bar, not bad. It does actually make it a lot easier to see stuff though. The benefit actually for this light bar, which is hard to tell, it actually is only about 20 inches or so of a light bar, and then it's got side like fog light features on either side that help with the visual seeing around it. I think the next light mod is probably going to be ditch mounts and then maybe one on the roof, but first I think I have to put a new Rhino Rack roof setup on here, which that'll probably be around $300. So between that and it's probably about $500 worth of work and parts that I'm gonna do eventually to this. But so far it has been great and I'm not having any issues except for this stupid little mud flap right here. This keeps getting caught on my tire, so I need to remove those and hopefully that'll fix that issue. Well, it's a bit later. I was helping my neighbor with his Tacoma, which is over there. Got these little front fenders or mud flaps off, whatever air dam like thing they are. It was 2 bolts on each side, and they're just little plastic pieces. These are them. Really just stupid kind of little air dams or something. Anyway, they're gonna get put into the parts pile and probably never put on again unless I need it for inspection, I guess. I don't think, legally I don't need them. Massachusetts is weird with their mud flaps and their laws around mud flaps, so that's why I have to keep mine on, because otherwise I won't pass inspection and it's just not worth it. So that's all for the Truck Talk video today. If you enjoyed this, go check out my other Truck Talk videos. There's a whole series which highlights the evolution of my 2015 Tacoma. If you like my channel in general, I do a lot of other things as well besides trucks. So please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, and have a good day.